Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight I want to continue my Star Wars campaign, this time powered by Starships and Blasters, my Delves and Dangers hack I made to play Space Opera Adventures, and I'm going to playtest this. And so this is why I will play a couple of sessions using this system, maybe even the entire season, I don't know yet. And yeah, so we will just continue where we left off last time. And last time we delivered, or sort of delivered, a cargo to a rebel cell, and I got into a little argument with Rhya because of a bluff I pulled, which was pretty reckless. And now we are back on our way to Velos, the entertainment planet in the Keldor sector, which you can find here. And yeah, we are heading back there to get our ship finally repaired and modified. And yeah, we were also looking forward to some downtime. So as we established last time, and yeah, I definitely also need to get my hyperspace, my hyperdrive bumped up. So it is 15 hours, and by my solo RPG framework, it is for every for every started interval of 10 hours, you make an encounter check with a 1 in 10 chance. So let's see. No encounter on our way to Velos. Alright, so we arrive at Velos. It's a medium security system. So it is a 2 in 6 chance of an encounter happening while approaching the planet. So let's see. 2 in 6, and if we're in a medium and high security system, there's also a 1 in 6 chance of some sort of authority inspection. So let's check for the random encounter first. It is a 2 in 6 chance. No. Let's check for the inspection. 1 in 6 chance. No, whew, but a 2 almost. So we are lucky this time. So there's a lot of space traffic because it is, like I said, an entertainment planet. So we just head to Velos South, where we docked last time. And once again, we have to pay a 500 credit, I think it was 500 credit docking fee, which is pretty steep. But it also features basic refueling and some basic maintenance, and of course restocking of all your supplies. So that's all right. And I'm going to pay. So Nash is going to pay per remote transfer 500. So I am at 9,900 credits. And that reminds me, I haven't actually introduced you to the characters as they are converted to Starships and Blasters. So I will start with Nash Duncan. Can you see this beautiful card here? I hope you can. I think you can. So in Starships and Blasters, you have 4 attributes: strength, agility, intelligence, and cunning. And you get to distribute 12 dice between these 4, and every stat needs to have at least 2 dice in it and can have no more than 4 dice. And this is like the standard spread I took from the D6 line of games, where player characters usually got that many dice that they could have 3 dice in every ability, and usually between 2 and 4 dice was like the normal spread. So yeah, and I distributed, I sort of like min-maxed, so I got strength 2, agility 4, intelligence 2, and cunning 4. So, and cunning is like a combination of charisma and wisdom. Intelligence is like academic knowledge, sharpness of mind, and of course agility and strength. Then you have your defense value. This is the value that protects you from damage, and this is your agility divided by 2 rounded down. So unless you got an agility of 4 like I do, you will always have like a base DV defense value of 1. So I got 2, and this is boosted by armor, which comes in 3 types: light, medium, and heavy. I'm wearing an armor jacket, light armor, so my defense value is 3. My proficiency bonus is +1. I got 14 stamina because we're already level 2, if you remember. So I gained a level and I gained some stamina. So, and for my 7 skill proficiencies, I picked piloting, obviously, gunnery, ranged weapons, deception, persuasion, streetwise, and computer systems operations. Because this is needed to operate ship systems, streetwise, of course, to deal with the underworld, to find contracts, gather information, all this smuggler stuff. Persuasion and deception are my talking skills, ranged weapons, of course, to shoot, and these are my piloting and gunnery for space combat skills. So my gear, I got my Shanavar blaster, the gift I got from Rhya, and it is a medium weapon which provides a +2 bonus usually, but because this is like a special personalized upgraded blaster, it provides a +3 item bonus to my attack pool, even though it is a medium weapon. My armor jacket provides +1 to my defense pool, and then I got a comlink, a security kit, a multi-tool, binoculars, and glow rod. And of course I don't carry all this stuff with me all the time. It's usually on the ship. Usually I'm just carrying my comlink, maybe the glow rod, because I do have some like a utility belt. So this is Nash. So let's go to Rhya. Rhya is also level 2. She is not that min-maxed, so she's got strength 3, agility 4, intelligence 2, and cunning 3. Her defense value is also 3 because of her agility, and her leaf skin armor, which is also light armor, provides +1. She's got a force blade, which is a lightsaber. It is a +2 medium weapon, but she can wield it using agility because it is a finesse weapon, because the blade almost has no weight. She's a little bit tougher, stamina 17. She's got also a vibro dagger, a light weapon, +1 item bonus, finesse weapon. She's got a comlink, a security kit, binoculars, and a med pack. And she only has 6 skill proficiencies because she sacrificed 1 skill proficiency to gain 2 power points. And the power is my copyright obeying version of the force, because I think they actually copyrighted the term force. Don't ask me how you can do that, because it's like a general term, but you know, so actually those are force points, but I call them power points. And she's got 2 of them, and she needs 1 to initiate some kind of force boost. I don't want to get into the details here, but then she only gets 6 proficiencies. And she's got melee weapons, obviously, because of her force blade. Gunnery, because she was taught how to shoot by Nash. Stealth, because she's a shadow huntress and needs to sneak and hide. Athletics also, because she's tough, fit, and physically trained. Security systems, to overcome locks, because these shadow huntresses, they're sort of like hunters, bounty hunters, infiltrator types, operatives. And this is why she also is proficient in streetwise, because she also knows how to work contacts, just like regarding different subjects or matters, because she obviously wasn't a smuggler, but a operative for the Eldridian Council of Elders. Yeah, so that's her. So these are my characters converted to starships and blasters. So, but now back to the game. So we arrived without incident in the beautiful planet of Velos, 7 continents, nice warm tropical, subtropical climate, sandy beaches, Azurblau or Azure, is it Azure? Blue oceans and green jungles and forests. And we head again for the spaceport of Velos South, 7 million inhabitants, and we land because we still have our repairing contract going on that I already paid for. We just had to pause the repairs. So let me get this picture up again. Of Velos. Just 1 second. Where is it? Oh yeah, that was one of the pictures when we basically, yeah, I think, yeah, exactly, that's it. Okay, so that is the check. I'll get this a little bit further down. Yeah, looks good. So that is the Velos starport, and in the background you can see the city, and it's connected to the starport by monorail. Of course, the starport also features a lot of facilities and things spacers would need if they don't want to travel into town. So as soon as I have landed, I make contact again with the repair service, tell them that I'm back, and ask them to resume the repairs. And in those 15 hours we traveled, Rhya also rested and regenerated her force point. Okay, so yeah, last session I lost an affection point with Rhya because of my bluff. She was not happy how I basically brought us into a dangerous situation. So it was kinda, yeah, I wouldn't say she gave me the complete cold shoulder the entire 15 hours, but you know, or you noticed she needed a while to basically get over it. But like we both agreed upon, we probably need to further adjust to each other, and next time we will make a plan for how things could work out. So yeah, so she says, well, now that we're here again, I think I will continue my my shopping that I needed to do to get my things. And yeah, I don't know if do you want to oversee the repairs? Yeah, well, I'll see that they get started, but it's a pretty routine task. I don't think I need to oversee all the repairs. Or did they also? Yeah, let's not make a big deal out of it. But I will oversee. Yes, I will oversee the modifications to the maneuvering thrusters, because I want to get those upgraded. It should give us an edge in combat, increase our maneuverability and acceleration and deceleration. If anything comes up, we stay in contact by comlink. All right, and then she leaves and I oversee the repairs. And as a matter of fact, I also indeed want to boost my maneuvering thrusters. So I could just use the upgrade rules from Starships of the Galaxy, from Stardark. They're more or less universal. Actually, I would like to improve a lot more things, but so every improvement, it can be improved to a maximum of +3 above the starting value. and it costs 6,000 credits per step of improvement. So I'm paying 6,000. So I'm at 3,900, and also get the handling upgraded. And I already put it down on the ship's card, but it was not in effect yet because the repairs, they weren't complete. But I think I didn't pay for it already because I had too much money for that. I only put down that I paid 2,000 something for 2,600 for repairs. That'll take 13 hours. So okay, so they're repairing my ship and I will oversee the repairs. And let's see, Rhya, so she's in town by herself, getting some things. So let's see if she maybe runs into an encounter. So it is a medium security system. So it is a 1 in 6 chance between city actions for a random encounter. So let's say I make 2 rolls. She takes several city actions, but I do 2 rolls. So it is a 1 in 6. Oh no, 6-6. So only on a 1. So yeah. Let's fast forward a little. So she comes back. She's got a couple of bags because she needed to get some clothing to change, maybe some exercising equipment, some hygiene articles, what you need if you stay in a place longer than usual. And yeah, as it is evening, let's say it is, oh, you know what I always or usually do when I arrive in a system, I use a D20 and a D4 to determine the hour of local time when I arrive. So just for fluff, maybe should have done this before. So yeah, 6 a.m. in the morning, 3 and 3. So we arrived at 6 a.m. in the morning. That's great. So we had a breakfast and then we did all that. And now let's say it is about 1800 hours. At 1800 hours, the repairs are completed and Rhya comes back to the ship. And as she enters, she immediately sees that everything is in tip-top shape because the hull, it is the carbon scoring is removed and the dent plates are exchanged and the wiring is new. And yeah, so she looks around and she says, well, they did a good job, it seems. The ship is barely recognizable. Yes, indeed, it is in tip-top shape. So we're back at full hull, and I also upgraded our maneuvering thrusters. So I should have an easier time flying, and you should have an easier time hitting the enemy. But let's hope it'll be a while until we have to put this to the test. So did you get everything you needed? Yes, indeed, I did. All right. So, what do you say, Rhya? It is 1800 hours. We're here on an entertainment planet. What do you say? I hope you bought also some evening clothes. Maybe a dress or two, because I'm going to suggest that we go out tonight and make use of these VIP tickets that I got and see this nightclub show. And since it won't start before 10 a.m., I would like to grab a bite to eat before that. What do you say? We humans, we would call that a date. And I smile. Is that what you humans call it? She goes, well, I don't know if I would call it a date, but we could go out together, have something to eat, and make use of these tickets that we got. So maybe an opportunity comes up while we're out. Yeah, well, if we would be desperate for work, we can always pick up something from the bulletin board. But speaking of work, I mean, yeah, what about your line of work? Is there something like, I don't know, a regular schedule, or do you have to report in at certain times, or how does this work actually? Well, if I'm needed, I'm contacted. They know my whereabouts, at least the region of space I'm in, so they know where they need to go to be within range to contact me via hyperspace transceiver. And if there's something that needs my attention, I will be contacted. I can't tell you if and when that will be, but rest assured, usually something comes up in regular intervals. All right, so then let's seize the opportunity and and make use of the time we got before we need to head out again. So what do you say? It is 6 a.m. We get ready and I'll pick you up, meaning I'll get you from your cabin at 7. And let's see, maybe I can find us a nice place to eat. Yeah, sounds good. And maybe we can also hit the gambling tables. We'll see. What is it with gambling, actually? Yeah, you know, it is some sort of thrill without the risk of getting killed. I like the adrenaline every once in a while, and the tension. Okay, I would think that smuggling cargo across the galaxy or dodging Imperial patrols is tension enough. Yeah, it's a different kind of tension, you know. There's like good tension and bad tension. And sitting at a casino table, that's good tension. Okay. Well, maybe one day I can see the appeal of that. But this day will not be today. So, and then she leaves. And I leave and we get ready. And of course I prepared something because I wanted to... So Rhya, of course, she's got a dress, and I also got some fancy clothing. So this is how we will look. So actually, let me get, because I printed this on normal paper and not photo paper, because I said this also in a video, on a photo paper, the ink, it doesn't really stick. I mean, if you grab it, you got ink on your fingers. Maybe I just got cheap photo paper, and it comes off. So I'm using normal paper, but because of the ink, it sometimes bends. So this will be Rhya in her evening outfit, in her evening gown. But of course, she will have in a thigh sheath on the side that is not slitted on the dress, she will have her vibro dagger, so she won't leave the ship unarmed. So this is how she will look like. And this is me in an evening dress. I didn't need to get one. I have one on my ship for the rare occasion that I go out. So let's get these minis out of the way, because they distract, because they don't fit the way we look now. And it is also evening, so we head into town and to the entertainment and amusement district. Check the camera again. Yeah. So, yeah, so I get her at 1900 hours, 7 p.m. So I don't knock on her door. It's like a little bell, like in Star Trek, where it goes doo-doo-doo-doo, and then they usually say come. So I push the button and it makes this noise, and she just says, "I'll be out in a second." Fine, I'll wait. Okay, and then the door opens and she comes out looking like this. And obviously she looks stunning. So I'm like, can't help it, but I wouldn't say stare, but my gaze lingers on her and I go, wow, that is unexpected. Why is it unexpected? You said we're going out in a nightclub and have VIP tickets. Yeah, it's just, you know, the things we did so far, and yeah, I don't know, I didn't really pictured you in a dress before. I don't know, it's just, but I mean this in a good way. I'm stunned. Well, she looks at me and goes, well, I didn't think you had something like this in your closet as well. It suits you. You look like, almost like a different person. Well, it's still the same me. Yeah, I think it is. So I don't want to pry or anything, but are you armed? And she just nods. Of course. And you know what? Actually, it is stupid that she would take her vibro dagger with her, because her vibro dagger in a sheath is as big as her force blade handle. And the force blade obviously is the more effective weapon. So I'm retconning this. She has her force blade with her in a thigh sheath around her thigh, on obviously not on this leg, but on the other leg. So it's her right leg. So what about you? And I go like, well, from the moment you gifted me this beautiful weapon, I knew I will not part with it. And I just pat the side of my jacket and just go, shoulder holster. So we should be good in case trouble finds us. Because I don't really want to look for trouble, but you never know. All right, so then we go out. We go out to dinner, and then we go to the nightclub. And let's see how this performance is. Yeah, well, it's actually a pretty good performance, because I mean, she's the celebrity that we rescued. It is a pretty she was a pretty famous celebrity and charming. So let's say it was actually a very nice show, pleasant evening, and we head back to the ship. Let's see if anything happens on our way back to the ship. It is a 1 in 6 chance. Maybe we notice something, or trouble finds us, or whatever. No 2. So let's say it is around yeah, it's past midnight. It's around 1 a.m. It is 1 a.m. 1 a.m. as we head back. So after the show, we went to the bar at the nightclub again and had like a final drink, and then we were heading back to the ship at 1 a.m. We arrive at the ship as Rhya's comlink this time beeps. Beep, 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 beep. And she goes, "That's mine." And she goes, "Excuse me for a second." And she takes 1 or 2 steps back and gets her comlink out and answers. And as she answered, she then switches to her native language. So yeah, I hear this almost melodic and actually pleasant sounding language that she also used when she conversed with her people, when she delivered the data core. So obviously it is a call from her people. And so she nods, she talks, she nods. I don't understand a thing. And then she comes back to me and goes, "Well, sometimes it happens sooner than you expect. Actually, I was assigned a mission, an important mission." Well, of course it is important. I think otherwise they wouldn't have contacted you. So what is it? I will tell you when we make orbit. There's nothing we need to do here anymore, right? Well, I got everything. Unless you needed anything else, we're good to go. The ship is in good shape. Well, then let's get to it, and I'll tell you when we make orbit, or as we make orbit. All right, so what do you say? Do you want to try your hand again on a little takeoff? And she looks at me, tilts her head slightly. Why not? Yeah, then let's go. And we go, and because we don't have time to change, so we stay in this outfit. I take the pilot seat, she takes the co-pilot seat, but I get my hands off the controls, talk her through the procedure, not so much talk, but let her do it, and occasionally nudge her into the right direction if necessary. And then she launches the ship. And I look over to her and go, "Actually, this is pretty... It feels strange having someone else fly your ship." "Well, I appreciate that you let me do this. I think it might indeed be a useful skill. I mean, you never know. We could be out on a mission together, and let's say you die. Then I would need to fly the ship myself." Yeah, I kind of feel reminded of our very first flight, when you also told me that if I'm dead, you needed to be able to fly the ship. So, well, let's hope that it doesn't come to that. So what's the mission? And then she puts on an earnest expression and goes, "One of our operatives, she has been captured by the Imperials, and she is held at a small Imperial detention facility. And my mission is to either get her out, or if that is not possible, killing her." And I'm go like, "Killing her?" "Yes." "Why would you kill your own people?" "Well, it is simple. The protection of our planet, or the protection of the location of our planet, and the knowledge of our race is paramount. It is our primary mission as operatives of our, you would say, government. We call them council of elders. And of course I will do my best and try to get her out of this imperial imprisonment. But I'm pretty sure they will interrogate her, and even though we are well trained and we have certain abilities that allow us to resist different methods of interrogation, I'm afraid it is only a matter of time till she breaks. So we need to get there before that happens. We need to get her out, and if we can't do that, we will kill her so that she can't talk. She knows that. I know that. Every operative knows that this is the ultimate price that we eventually have to pay. Okay, and they're sending you, or now us, the two of us, against an Imperial detention facility. Well, it is not like a real garrison. It's not like a large base. It is a small, of the books facility on a moon, on an uninhabited moon, not far. And so they are confident in my abilities to sneak in there unnoticed. It won't be an open confrontation. Okay. Damn, I really need to get this hyperdrive upgraded. Seems like every mission we have so far is pretty time sensitive. So where do we need to go? Yes, I got the coordinates memorized. And she tells me the coordinates. And it is... Let's see. It is large mining. Where could this moon be? Yeah, okay. It is on the system number 8, TL1307, because it's an untamed wilds, unsettled planet, and here it says the Empire has a small listening post and surveillance station in the system, and let's say they also have a small hidden detention camp. I just add this, and a small hidden detention camp on a little moon, and just let's make it a forest moon. On a little forest moon in the system, because there are actually solar systems with several celestial bodies on a little forest moon. Okay, so yeah, we head there. It is pretty far away, so we are on Wheeler, so it is 2, 6, 10, 11 hours. So 11 hours. This time I will just use the calculator. 11 hours times 2.5, that is 11 times 2.5, 27.5 hours, meaning 3 checks. 3 checks. But first, of course, we need to see if anything happens on our way to the jump point. Okay, so 27.5 hours, 3 checks. And let's see if anything happens on the way to the jump point. And we are in a medium security system, so that is a 2 in 6 chance. When you're leaving the planet, there's no chance for an inspection, just the chance for a random encounter, 2 in 6 chance. 2, of course, there's an encounter, and now we need to determine if it affects us, the player's ship, or if it's an encounter between different entities. So the player's ship is 4 to 6 on a d6. oh, and it affects our ship. So let's see what the encounter is. So we go to the encounter generator. So for those of you unfamiliar with this framework, here I use like a method, not an encounter table, but like a prompt with variables. And I roll for the variables on a table, and then I'll interpret it in a meaningful way. So the prompt just goes, your scanners pick up a descriptor object, those are the variables, that is, that needs, that experiences, depending on what you roll, activity, and then either by a, against a, because of a, another descriptor object, or the player's ship. So in this case, the player's ship. So we just need to determine what or who does what to us, or wants to do to us, or how it somehow interacts with us. So a descriptor object and the activity. So the descriptor object is a D12 and a D20. So 8-2. 8 is intercepting, an intercepting tramp freighter. That tells me something, maybe smuggler. Maybe it's like the smugglers I worked for that noticed or that are pissed because this delivery went south. So, and let's see what the activity is, however. Two, repairing. Okay, so that doesn't fit. So an intercepting tramp freighter repairing, meaning so we intercept a call from a tramp freighter that is in need of repairs. So another emergency. So yeah, we receive a distress call from this tramp freighter as we head for the gravity well, and it goes, Mayday, Mayday, this is the tramp freighter Dancing Dewback. We have experienced an unexpected power loss, and our engines are running on emergency power. We require assistance getting into the atmosphere. So what they wanted to do is like they actually like piggyback, so they want us to dock with them. So could you give us a hand entering the atmosphere by providing us with a docking opportunity so that you can carry us down? I look at Rhya. Your call. Your people, your call. I mean, this is, there are plenty of ships probably around. And she goes, I don't need to think about it. My people have the utmost priority. They need to find someone else to help. Okay then. I go, we're sorry, we're on an urgent time-sensitive mission and we can't spare. But I will forward your emergency call, boost its range so that someone else can assist you. Just in case you're also having trouble with your comms. The best of luck to you. You will regret this. I thought you were a spacer. Wait until we meet again. I'm sorry. And then I pull down the hyperspace levers and so I'm not going to roll for the astrogation now because it's an easy target number 2 and you can just recalculate. It's if you're not in combat and time is of the essence, it's not worth rolling because we are using the well-known routes, because otherwise it would take even longer. And since my ship is so slow still, we can't do this. So I'm just just saying that we enter hyperspace, and now I need to make those 3 1 in 10 checks. 3 and 9, so no encounter, and last one. And obviously, of course, it's a 1. So that is a D8. Let's see what happens. Three. What is 3? Oh no. Oh no, 3 is a military interdiction. Okay, because obviously this can happen on a well-known route, a military interdiction. The armed forces of a major power block, so this is like a system neutral thing, it doesn't have to be the Empire, it can also be like a crime syndicate controlling this area, whatever, but since it says military, it'll be the Empire, because we are playing Star Wars, and only the Empire has interdictor cruisers, as far as I know at least. Alright, so the armed forces of a major power block, the Empire, pull you out of FTL, faster than light travel, using special interdiction technology or other means as dictated by your system, like the system you're using, if such means are available. Yes, they are interdictor cruisers. They conduct spot checks and inspections because of increased pirate activity. Yeah, because also Calcareous and Peron are wretched hives of scum and villainy. Maybe, and there's like a little crime war going on, so that might be the reason. They conduct spot checks and inspections because of increased pirate activity, and they want to board your vessel, check IDs, and control the cargo. So we don't have any cargo, but we also, at least Rhya doesn't have an ID. And yeah, and we actually don't really have time for this. So yeah, so we are, let's get this picture out of the way, it's not fitting anymore. And so what did I say, 27? So we, of course, we changed now. We changed, and back in our spacer outfits. So Rhya, even though I think it's a little bit sad that she's not wearing this dress anymore, but she's again in her armor, and I'm back in my spacer outfit. And we're heading through hyperspace as suddenly boop, 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 the emergency cutoff cuts in. We are pulled out of hyperspace, and I go, damn it, interdiction. And I immediately see this wedge-shaped, get this book out, wedge-shaped shape of an Imperial interdictor cruiser. And it is interdictor cruiser here. They are called Immobilizer. The Sina Fleet Systems Immobilizer 418. It is a 600-meter long capital starship. And let's see, do they carry so they project fields of gravity throughout a battle zone or into project them into a hyperspace route, and yeah, and they said here, these heavy cruisers, ambush vessels hiding along a known hyperspace lane. This is what they were doing, and projecting gravity fields that produce mass shadows. Any ships traveling along the hyper route must slip back into real space when confronted with gravity projections. Once in real space, other Imperial vessels can engage them in direct combat or board them for customs inspection. Yes. Okay, so let's see, passengers, they got 80 troops, 600-meter long. Yeah, let's say they, of course, or do they they have, let's just say they have a strike cruiser with them, a Lorona strike cruiser, because they definitely carry TIE fighters and also shuttles. And of course, they are also in space patrolling to be immediately ready when, yeah, when someone is interdicted, like we are. So we arrive in real, or we are dropped into real space. We see this wedge-shaped silhouette of this interdictor cruiser, and I go like, damn. All right, so we are in a gravity well. I can't go to hyperspace immediately. We need either to, so we got, we are hailed. Let's see what they want. And then they go, Corellian YR1080 light freighter. This is the Empire. You are targeted for a customs inspection and personal inspection. Please stop your engines and prepare for boarding. This is the versatile rust bucket. Yeah, acknowledged. Okay, Rhya, so what now? I mean, you don't have an ID, but we can try to make a run for it. But I'm slower than TIE fighters. It'll be a combat, or we can let them inspect us because we don't carry any suspicious cargo. My ID is a normal ID. You just don't have an ID. So we could try to come up with a story why that is, and hopefully we have a better chance of avoiding any trouble. So, but we need to act now. What shall it be? I'm ready for anything. She goes, we will let them board us. I have certain tricks up my sleeve, and I'm confident this time that that might work. Okay. So, yeah, acknowledged. You can use the upper hatch. So again, let's get this map out here. Again, a small boarding crew, and this time I got an Imperial officer out, and he's got 4 stormtroopers with him. So this is the Imperial officer, standard miniature. Let me see it in the camera. Can you see it? I hope. And stormtroopers, and so this is like a ladder. They come down the hatch, stormtroopers first, then the officer, and then, okay, he only's got 3 stormtroopers with him. And then the stormtroopers, and, sorry, and then they go, well, what is your business in these parts? Well, we just completed the delivery, a drop point cargo mission, if you know what that is. And yeah, we got a little downtime in on Velos, saw a nice little nightclub show. You should try it. Have you heard of? And I tell her the name of the singer, because obviously I know because it was featured. Didn't write it down, but have you ever seen a show of... You should go one day. See, we had VIP tickets. It was an amazing experience. Yeah, I bet it was. Well, sorry to disappoint, but this experience will not be as pleasant. We need to see some identification. Yeah, of course. Here, check it out. And I'll hand him my ID card. And he checks it, and it checks out, because I'm also lucky, because last time I rolled that they didn't lock my transponder code. So obviously I'm not registered as wanted yet, or at least my ship isn't. And then he turns to Rhya. And she is wearing her hooded cloak so that her ears are hidden, so that she's not obviously looking alien. Of course, the blue glowing eyes, but there are a lot of like near humans in the galaxy with different little, they're not mutations, but genetic adaptations, let's put it this way, depending on their environment. And then he goes, so what about your identification? And Rhya just concentrates, uses a PowerPoint, and tries to do an Adridian mind trick. It's not a Jedi mind trick because she's not a Jedi. And she does not have persuasion, but she uses her cunning and gets 2 additional dice for using the PowerPoint. So she can roll with 5 dice against this guy's mental resistance. And if I'm not mistaken, my Imperial Officer stat block states that they all have 3 dice in all abilities. So she needs 3 successes. So let me check real quick, but I'm pretty positive. Imperial Officer, yeah, so they got all attributes at 3, and this is also like their mental resistance. So their mental resistance is their yeah, either intelligence or cunning. I think I used cunning also, so it's cunning, but since it's all 3, it doesn't really matter. So let's hope, guys. So she says, well, or she doesn't say, you don't need to see my identification. She goes, it all checks out. I'm on his card. She goes. And so 5 dice, 3 successes. Oh, and, oh, wait, 3 successes? Yeah, 3 successes, yeah. Cunning 3. So a moderate roll. Ah, this looks good. 5, 5, 5, 4. 4 successes. He goes, indeed. It all checks out. Okay, but I don't want to make it that easy, and this is me again. This stormtrooper, who is on a 1 and 6, only on a 1 and 6, he notices that there's something wrong. Oops. 1 and 6. Please don't. Ah, a 6. Okay. So, yeah, everything checks out, it seems. And they leave. You're clear to proceed. And I look at Rhya and I go, damn. And I thought I was good at bluffing, but you didn't even bluff. You just told him, yeah, I know what I told them. Let's get out of here before they change their mind and realize that something is wrong. Yeah, of course. And we head to the cockpit and we continue on to our destination. And as we arrive there, because that was like the one encounter that happened, I made 3 checks. As we arrive there, I will end this session. Yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I was hoping to get into some combat because I wanted to like put the system through the ropes and yeah, and do some combat, but this is why I came up with this rather probably action-orientated mission with probably some combat and sneaking and stuff, a little like almost like a delve, to test this. But you can't force it. It's the dice fall as they fall, and it's the story. So yeah. But once again, I had fun, and I hope you had fun too. And if you want to try the system out yourself, you can find it now in my community tab. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay healthy. Until the next time, bye-bye.